Swell, where the players dwell, and stats forecast and Bert Fidel. Inhale, make you feel good like Tony. Stick up in your middle like Moni. She don't know me, but she's setting up for another. Try to style, slide off with a.
All right, guys, 3,600 more taps. I need help with those fingers. It's free. It's free. I need taps. All right, 1,200 more taps. Thank you guys. I'm almost there now. All right. What's your name? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to Ask the Trader. During these sessions, you can ask me anything. You hear what I'm saying? You can ask me anything about the market in the comment section. Anything regarding stocks, options, futures, and cryptocurrency. So because it's Monday, I usually tell a story. I usually talk about what's happening in the market. I usually tell a bunch of jokes, but I have nothing today. I have nothing. Nothing. I'm not going to sing like Whitney, but I have nothing. So that's good for you. That means we can get to your stocks. We can get to your options. We can get to your futures. We can get to your cryptocurrency. The summertime is the most boring time to be in the market. Oh my God, it's boring. The summertime is so boring. I know you guys always hear about the summer doldrums. The summertime is boring. Nobody's trading the market. Every now and then you'll get a pop in something. We had Moderna pop last week. The market popped after the margin call. Like, there's some excitement, but it's pretty much boring. It's boring, guys, from May until October. Football season usually kicks off the trading period again, guys. So if you've been watching the volatility index, and we'll look at the volatility index, it will start creeping up. If you're like, how come I'm not making the same amount of money I was making now that I was making, back in September, October, November, December, January? Joel, when you first came on in November and December and January and February, our stocks were going up 100, 200%. Yeah. And now it's the summertime. You guys who have if you've never traded or invested over a 1-year period, you're starting to realize the ebbs and the flows of the market. It is boring during the summertime. Oh my God. It's nothing to talk about. Nothing. All right. But Nvidia Nvidia has its earnings on Wednesday. So in the stock market, guys, some of the best periods to trade stocks, if you're not a trader yet, if you ever wanted to trade a stock, trade stocks, like trade your favorite 5 or 10 companies, trade them into earnings and out of earnings, into earnings and out of earnings, into earnings and out of earnings. If you're trying to trade like the professionals, in this particular room, guys, we're learning price action. So price action, thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. When you're following price action, guys, you're letting the market tell you what to do. All right. In this game, I don't have time to try to predict what the market's going to do. What I like to do, hold on. What I like to do is block accounts. Hold on. Let me block some more. What I like to do is block all these accounts. How is this even possible on this platform, guys? Can somebody please invent like the robot, the bot killer? These bots that come into your room and try to make you click on those. Can somebody invent something that totally destroys them, please? I'll pay anything for it. But we're all looking at Nvidia right now, right? When you first start trading the stock market, you feel invincible. You feel like, ooh, I have a little bit of money. I want to make a dent in the market. So the biggest mistake everyone makes is they go and they learn a strategy. And then what they try to do is they try to predict moves in the market depending on the things that you draw on your charts. If you ever become a chartist, your fundamentalists are the funniest because they go and they read earnings reports and they actually think the market is going to move depending on what they find. Like, look at this little nugget here. Look at how much cash they have on hand. Look at the PE ratio. Nobody's looking at the PE ratio. Guys, the market uses that information, don't get me wrong, in time, over a certain amount of time. Everything does usually kind of work out. If a company is profitable, is growing at 20 or 30% a pop a year, is hoarding a lot of cash. There's no negative information going, there's no negative information about the company. It's being added to the S&P or the Dow or the NASDAQ. Those are fundamental reasons why a stock will go up in value. The technicals is going to tell you when to buy these fundamentally good or bad companies. And that's the mistake that most of you make. You come into the market with information thinking that because you have that information, the stock is going to perform around the information that you have at that particular time. And that's not the case. A bunch of people are buying, a bunch of people are looking at dates that when the Clarity Act needs to go into place. So you got a lot of people that are buying cryptocurrency right now trying to get in front of this particular news, which I get it. I understand, right? But technically, guys, honestly, you should have been buying cryptocurrency anyway and use the news to make you money. And that's where the super traders and the super investors come into play. We take this great information that we're reading up on ChatGPT or Bloomberg or CNBC or Fast Money or Mad Money or wherever you go to get your information. But if I don't see that happening in the charts, guys, just because you have the information doesn't mean that the stock is going to go up. Doesn't mean it is going to go down either. Stocks stocks, stocks will perform because remember, humans are creatures of habit, right? Humans are creatures of habit. So humans are the ones that have programmed, these GPTs or these trading platforms to trade, to buy and sell all of these different assets. So that's why the market is just as emotional sometimes as humans when it comes to buying and selling. But over time, like day to day, guys, stocks can go up or down. Like if you're a day trader trying to take 24-hour and 48-hour trades, you better be good at what you do, because it's ridiculous out there. You can get like nobody knew today, they were going to come out and, well, over the weekend, we got news that the government was going to try to impose these huge tariffs on Canada, right? But we didn't really know when they were actually going to go in effect, right? Or if they were, right? And then Bessent comes on earlier and starts, talking about the government. Like guys, a lot of the times these things are in place on purpose for the financial part of the market. So if you guys are just in a cave, if you're just in a cave, like trading and investing, and you're not using Bloomberg and CNBC because of political reasons. I don't listen to CNN. That's the woke channel. I don't listen to Bloomberg because Bloomberg's a Democrat. Well, where else you gonna get your information? Like if CNBC and Bloomberg are the number one and number two, listen, they're the number one and the number two publications for money. Where you gonna go? You guys get so caught up in your political views that have you ever watched Bloomberg or CNBC? They hardly ever talk about politics, guys. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. If you ever watched CNBC for like 7, 8, 9 hours, it's rare that you even hear them talk about. It's almost a great place to be, so that you don't have to hear all the flim flam that's going on. But if something is happening politically, you're gonna see it being shown on CNBC. Like if Trump comes out and he starts speaking to workers at a plant, then sure enough, CNBC and Bloomberg are gonna have it up there. They're not gonna say, oh, because he's a Republican and he's MAGA, we're not going to show anything. No, they're not. They're going to show any and everything. So I hear people argue and I'm like, well, where are you getting your information from? If you're going to a publication, guys, that literally is only for one thing, it's going to be really hard to really find those gems that are out there. Like, honestly, the best crypto trades is not being in a crypto room. I know that kind of sucks to say that, but it is. Because they're so gung-ho about crypto being the best thing since sliced bread that they don't look at the other side. They don't look at the negatives of buying crypto. Now, sometimes I'll go in there just to see what they're talking about. I'll go into different rooms just to see what they're talking about, and it's so heavily one-sided. That's why I spend most of my time on CNBC and Bloomberg. That's probably as neutral as you're going to get. You can't really get any more neutral than that. I know there's a couple of TikTok lives that you guys can go to as well. I've referred a lot of them in my group chat. If you are a super fan, you can go into the group chat and we talk about some of the different rooms you can go into every day where they talk about the stock market. They talk about this, that, and the other. They try to keep it related to the market. There's no real political affiliations. There's no biases. And they actually just talk about what's being bought right now, right? So many of you guys missed out on data centers, the data center money. So many of you guys are missing out on crypto right now just because of your bias. Maybe you're in the financial field or what have you, right? That's on you. I ain't missing out on no money. Like seriously, I'm not. Whatever they talking about, whatever that money is flowing into, as long as it's not tobacco or alcohol, I'm good. I don't care who the freaking CEO is. CEOs change out every 5-10 years. Tim Cook is about to leave. They're about to put somebody else in. Tim Cook couldn't even be a CEO 30 years ago because y'all would have run him out of there. I can't believe you guys are listening to a LGBT CEO. like they don't know how to make money, right? This is the kind of ridiculousness y'all was talking about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, cats couldn't even come out and tell you their sexual affiliation. Or they couldn't be CEO. The dumbest thing. Like, don't worry about yourselves. Y'all always be worried about other people and how they living. Like, y'all want to get so, like, look, I'm not MAGA. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Right? I don't have, I have the same pronouns I started out with. And that's not to say that I'm against any of that. Or for any of that. It's just that worry about yourself. Like, why y'all worried about how other people living? Like you gotta get your own life together. How about you work on that? Well, make sure you're on the right path. You ain't got enough energy to be worried about why your neighbors living the way they living. Like, why y'all worried about what Elon think? Who cares what Elon thinks? Y'all so caught up in whatever he did or wherever he put his money into that you can't even respect some of the good that he's doing. We focus so much on the negative that for every negative thing you do, you got to do 100,000 positive things to balance out the one negative thing you do. Because that's what humans do. Humans don't care about what you did that's good. Let it be one thing you did bad. You're going to hell. Joel, I remember on a TikTok live when you said some word and I left the room. I done made so many millionaires in this room. And you gonna get mad at me cause I was a little bit in the gray area. I offended you one day? So what? How did we get so thin-skinned, guys? We some weak punks now. We some punks. Like, straight up. I don't even think I can say punks anymore. Joel, you can't say that. You're gonna get canceled. Wasn't there a girl on TV called herself Punky Brewster? She didn't get canceled? Joel, you can't say that. You're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. We done got weak. It makes me upset. Like, good Lord. Like, quit crying. Joel, you can't tell people to stop crying. Everybody has feelings. Everybody's not like you. How about you worry about yourself? Don't worry about what I'm saying. See, that's your problem. You're trying to cancel me. Worry about yourself. If you can't take what we talk about in this room, you need to work on yourself. I'm not working on myself. You need to work on yourself. You're the one with the issues, not me. You done got so weak, you can't hear nothing. Hear nothing, see nothing, everything offend you. Oh my God, you have on green today, Joel. You can't wear green today. You know what, today? Guys, I gotta wake up every day and figure out who I can't offend. All right, well, what's going on? What's today, guys? Oh, it's Walk a Dog Day. Okay, I guess I can't talk about cats. Joel, you have a Tesla. I have to leave the room. I can't respect you. You can't respect me because I don't want to use gas anymore? You see what gas prices are? I would think you would be like, oh man, that's, boy, dude. You before your time, boy. You saving, yo. This is how it should go. Man, you're doing good. You're saving your family so much money. Joel, you're for Elon. Something's wrong. I knew something was wrong with him. Cancel him. Cancel him right now. So where are we living? I gotta spend 2 hours to figure out what I can and can't say. Why don't we just not talk anymore, guys? Let's just talk by, what's it called? Telepathy. Let's just shut out. I'll offend some. God, Joel, you got them offensive eyes. Joel, you can't look at people like this. I gotta look at people a certain way. Joel, you gotta keep your eyes up. I know you were looking below the shoulders. You can't do that. Y'all walk through the airport. Y'all walk through the airport with the craziest stuff on, and I ain't supposed to look. You got on a yoga thong and a halter top. And I ain't even talking about the women. And I ain't supposed to look and be like, this joker got on a thong and a halter top at the airport. I'll be like, wife, look. She's like, Joel, you can't do that. You can't look at people. Oh, yes, I can. It's funny. Let's see if they kick them out. But it's Lululemon. That's what I said. It's Lululemon. I got a lot of stock in Lululemon. So what's the moral of today's story? The moral of today's story is worry about yourself. Quit worrying about, because it's funny to me. I don't want everybody to be the same. I want to be able to walk to the airport and see somebody that got on some thong yoga pants, not so I could be like, ooh, it's so I could be like, boy, that made my day. Did you see that? You see kids with the suitcases. Have y'all seen that at the airport? I need to see if I can buy stock in that. I've seen kids with the suitcases that are like cars or like that's funny to me too. They have like the suitcases where they can ride it now. And you see the parents pulling the kids on the suitcases. It's pretty cool. See, back in the day, there was no wheels when I went. Guys, when I went to college, there was no wheels on any suitcase. There was no, guys, think about that. That's how different we are. That's how different we were. There was no wheels. You know how they got small bags, medium and large? Everybody had leather, large suitcases with no wheels. So I'm walking through the airport using all my tensile strength, walking up and down the aisles. Tensile strength. That's why these old men got that strength, that old man strength where they can just choke you with one hand. We've been lugging suitcases with no wheels for like 20 years. And then I was like, oh, now y'all want to invent wheels now? Why didn't I invent that? I don't know how I didn't think to put a wheel on a suitcase. Like, you just put a wheel on a suitcase. Could have been a gazillionaire. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Quit trying to cancel people. You can't say that. Yes, they can. They can say whatever they want. This is free speech. You can say that. We're in America, Jack. You want to live in a society where you can't say anything? In all actuality, guys, it might make the world better if we just all shut the heck up. Just everybody shut up. and let's just talk with our eyes. At least you ain't gotta have them cats. At least you ain't gotta have them people that just love to hear certain things, right? Maybe y'all will like Elon more if he just shut the heck up. Just do some stuff, Elon. Then we'll be getting mad. We'll be following the paper trails. We'll be like, that's the cancel. I know we could buy a car. All right, cool. How long? What? 7:30. All right, 30 minutes. Y'all know this. I gotta go through this. Anybody that's coming here, y'all already know the drill. I gotta freaking tell a story until November. I still got, what month is this? August, September, October, November. I gotta do this until I hit 20,000 followers. I gotta tell a story for 30 minutes. I'm supposed to tell a story and jokes for an hour. I ain't doing it. Y'all get 30 minutes. Worry about yourself. So, anybody own NVIDIA? If you own NVIDIA, type NVIDIA in the comment section. If you own NVIDIA, type NVIDIA in the comment section. If you own NVIDIA. Look, every single solitary person needs to own NVIDIA. So if you own NVIDIA, type it in the comment section. You're going to be surprised at how many people in here don't have the largest company, most profitable company on the freaking planet. How you don't own the most profitable company on the planet? How? You got to ask yourself that. What makes me think that I'm so good? What makes me think that financially, I'm supposed to be a financial wizard, and I don't even own the largest company on the freaking planet that makes the most money? Think about that. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, why haven't you bought NVIDIA? Everybody take their phone out and flip the camera around and look at it and say, why didn't I buy NVIDIA? What is wrong with me? Is it because you didn't have $100? In the comment section, for those people that don't own NVIDIA, why don't you own it? Seriously, let's talk about it. We gotta talk this through, guys, because y'all don't wanna have these conversations. Why don't you own NVIDIA? Honestly, you gotta ask yourself that. Why don't you want to have a piece of the best, the brightest, the company that's moving the whole world? What, you scared of being part of? You think you're gonna be part of the Illuminati if you own it? Do you want to be a black sheep? You just don't want to do what everybody else is doing? Why don't you own NVIDIA? Say it with your chest. Come into this room and say it with your chest. We're not gonna beat you up. Say it. Say, I don't own NVIDIA because blah, 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 blah. Okay, at least you, look, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. That's what I'm talking about. I was trading it. I never held it. I'm being honest. You know what, Joel? But think about it. If you trade it, let's say you make a couple of $100. Why don't you just buy a couple of shares with the profits that you made? Then it's almost like a win-win. It's almost like free shares. You trade it, you make enough money to buy shares, you let trading it like buy you shares. Why? Okay, Sidhu said because of money problems. I get that. So check this out. Even if you have money problems, you ain't got $10 money problem. You can put $10 away every month until you can buy a full share. You don't even have to have a full share. Buy $10 worth of it. Guys, you want a piece of the best companies on the planet? Because I'm telling you guys, I don't know what it is about owning like the best of the best. It's like it's like you create a certain energy around you. It's like eating healthy. When you drink water, even if you don't like drinking water, what happens if you don't drink water, guys? You can die. So just drink water, even if you don't like it. Sometimes you got to do things to make the water taste better. Like right now, I drink a bunch of sparkling water. I drink a lot of La Croix. Like, Joe, I thought you was from the hood, Joe. You drinking La Croix now? You Bougetto. Bougetto? What's that? You bougie and ghetto. You, okay. I drink La Croix. La Croix. What? That's not LaCroix? No, it's not LaCroix. The I and the X is silent. La Croix. LaCroix. La Croix. Le Croix. Le Croix. Because they have like certain flavors. Now my son put me on to this, guys. If you have a hard time drinking water, drink a sparkling water. And then like for every, like, let's say you got 16 ounces of, or what are these? 12, what are these? What's a normal can? 8, 12 ounces? Let's say you got 12 ounces of La Croix. La Croix. Let's say you got 12 ounces. For every 12 ounces, maybe a third of it, you can put like regular juice, like apple juice or a mixed berry. So now you're not really taking in as much sugar. But what ends up happening is the La Croix is already flavored. So then when you add the juice, the 1/10 or 1/3 of it in juice, you're not having that big intake. You're not drinking a full 8 ounces. You're only drinking like 2 ounces of real juice, and it gives you that flavor that you want. So at least you're drinking water. You know what I'm saying? You can drink a whole big old thing of it. Now, it is sparkling, so you're gonna probably be belching. All right, it is. So you're gonna be letting out some belches, but you should be all right. You should be all right. But anyway, I don't know why we got off subject. I got off subject. But yeah, NVIDIA. Let's talk about NVIDIA. What were other reasons why you guys didn't buy it? I love when you guys are honest. There was a point where I could only put $50 in a stock every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, $50, $100 a month. Right? And now we're at the point where we can put, I know it's not a lot, but we put the kids get their allowance, and the kids get $100 that goes into their account every month until they turn 21, which is actually kind of funny because my oldest son just turned 21, and I'm trying to talk to him because once he turned 21, guys, all that money he made, and both of these fools got five-figure, like large accounts, and they're in college, right? So he just turned 21, and he saw that money in his account, and I know he want to say it with his chest and be like, Dad, this is my money now. I'm just waiting for him to come to me and say he want to sell all his stock and go buy a car or something with it. I'm just waiting for the day. So I can use that tensile strength from carrying all them suitcases and grab them real quick and be like, you said what? You know where I got this strength from, son? You ain't carried a suitcase without wheels ever. I did it for 20 years. I'm gonna grab that anyway. So there's a lot of reasons why. I'm trying to see some other reasons. So you guys. Now, Inspired Bori said because it's in the red. Now, listen, honestly, you're supposed to buy stocks when they're in the red. I'm not here to beat anyone up. There is a way to buy stocks, guys. There is a way. Just like even housing, right? Housing right now is not really doing that well. Okay, it's a buyer's market. If you're in the market to buy a home, shoot, if you are buying new construction, you got all the bells and whistles. The new construction is killing the resale market right now. I'm a realtor, so I can see it. All realtors, I don't care how much they try to say the market, they might be lying to y'all, but the market, unless they are in the luxury market, the super luxury market, because the rich are getting richer, guys. I keep telling you guys, we are in a K-shaped economy. For you guys that don't know what a K-shaped economy is, it's probably because you don't have any money. See, the rich people know what a K-shaped economy is, because they wanted to figure out real quick, where am I in this K? I didn't say KKK. I said K. All right. The rich are getting richer, guys. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ. Yeah, you see this chart right here? As much as you guys said that NVIDIA may be in the red, look at that chart. When else are you going to buy it? When it's in the green, it's actually in the green. It's not in the red. Contrary to people's belief, NVIDIA has been in the green for 10 years. You see this chart, guys? How many red candles do you see in this chart? Honestly. And I'm not even trying to pick on anyone. This is a 3-year chart. How many red candles do you see in this 3-year chart? How many? Somebody count. How many red candles is on this chart right now? And I didn't color code this chart, guys. This is telling you what's actually happening. There's what people say, and then there's what's actually happening. There is 2 red candles in a 3-year period. So guys, NVIDIA is not in the red, it's in the green for 3 years. I'm talking to my investors, and that's important. I'm not here to listen. If you come into this room and you comment, I want to make sure that you guys have thick skin, because sometimes I'm gonna pull your comment. I'm not here to embarrass anybody. I am here to make statements, but I'm friends with anyone that's in here that's respectable. And if you're open to learning, if you're opening to discussing things, and I'm open to discuss things as well. I'm very, very open, but I am very, very smart too. And I am a very, very hard worker. And I am a day trader, an investor, and a swing trader. So I'm going to see the market 3 different ways. And I also work in the market 8 to 10 hours a day. And I've been doing that for over 15 years. So, some of you guys only been in this game for about a couple of months. But you got to understand who you're talking to. All right. And I have to put it out there like that, not to say that I'm better than you. It's just to say that I have a better view of the game than a lot of you guys do. Some of you guys are not going to be able to take that because we got judgmental tendencies. Whether you're older than me and you're like, I don't want to listen to somebody that's younger than me. If you're a different race than me and you're like, what does a young black dude that graduated from Howard with a biology degree have to tell me? You got people that make more money than everyone in here. So they're going to be judgmental because they're like, I got 20 million, Joe. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, you and your family are millionaires, but you ain't got my type of money. So they don't want to be open to listening. And I get that too. Until they pull me for a consultation. And I've always said that, guys. I've always said that I want to learn from. Now, here's the thing. It's not that I don't want to learn from. I want to learn from somebody that has more than me. But let's say I'm flipping homes. Let's say I'm a developer and I'm flipping homes I don't want to talk to a real estate agent that ain't never bought nothing. And there's a bunch of real estate agents that get real offended by that. I'm like, you don't know the first thing of, you ain't been in the game. Well, you had a client that you had buy a property. You ain't flipped nothing. So why are you getting offended because I don't want to listen to your strategy on flipping homes? I'll listen to your values. Like if you want to do a CMA, cool. And cats get so offended by that. Why? Why are you offended? Go get educated. Just be like, you know what? I never flipped a house before. Then I'll be like, well, come along. Let's go. I'm going to show you some things so that we can get that. But cats get so offended because when you challenge them on something they don't know, they think they're like embarrassed. And they're like, guys, what you embarrassed for? People come in this room all the time and talk about a certain stock that I don't know about. But see, there's a bunch of people, there's a bunch of live hosts that'll come on and they have to be omnipotent. Like if you challenge them on anything, they will delete you from the room. They'll drop you from the room. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, and that's their own insecurities because they're claiming to be one thing and they're actually not. And that's where the problem is. I challenge traders all the time. I'll challenge a trader on their strategy. I'll be like, that strategy sucks. I just pulled up a chart doing the same thing and I lost all my money. So does this only work on Apple? And then they'll get mad. I've been in the game for this amount of time and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, why isn't it working on Moderna? Why isn't it working on this stuff? Does it only work on tech stocks? Does it only work on indexes? And then after that, I'm blocked. I'm blocked after that. And I was like, okay, they got offended because their strategy sucked. I don't care if you guys come in here and be like, Joel, the what would Joel do method sucks. I'm going to be like, cool. You have a strategy that can get you a 4,000% return or higher? Go at it. What I'm going to argue with you for on something I've already done? I ain't going to argue with you in the comment section on something you ain't even did. Like, I get it. If you guys say, Joel, pull up this chart, what you're explaining right now is not working here. That's how I like to argue. I don't like to argue with people just saying names or saying this, that, and the other. That's how you get kicked out of here. This room was built so that even when I'm up here telling stories, you guys can be learning in the comment section. That's a whole nother thing. If you're here, guys, it's here to communicate and it's here to rub elbows with other like-minded traders and investors that are highly intelligent. Highly, guys, because a lot of people I've trained, a lot of people are in our group chat where we're trying to see things on the same page, and even they bring new things to me. I'm willing to change. It's just that my fundamental view of the market is very hard to change my strategy when I approach it from a foundational point. Like how can you tell somebody not to look for a bias, not to look for a trigger to buy something and look for a goal? And I use moving averages as my core principles to my biases. Like there's like anybody that comes in and challenges that, I'm like, oh, you just don't know how to trade. I'm sorry. Like, what are you using? Like, or you don't know how to invest. Everything is on the average. Even when you were in school, you remember when you got graded on the curve? You're always competing against your peer group. And depending on who you're competing with, there's going to be an average and you're going to have to be higher than that particular average to do well. Like, that's just life, guys. It's the building blocks of life and business. I think what happens is a lot of people come in here and because they don't have the foundations, it feels weird to them because they've been gambling their whole lives. So when they actually hear a strategy, they're uncomfortable with it. Like, ugh, that doesn't feel right. I'm supposed to have a risk to reward area. They want to be, and I think psychologically this is what happens. Some people want to be in control so much because they don't have any control over anything else in their lives that when they approach the market, they feel like they're in control. But then when I'm also telling them, you can't be in control of your trades or investments. You have to let the market tell you what to do. If you're very insecure, that's not going to fly with you because you're going to be like, no, I am in control. No, you're not. No, you're not. This chart tells you to buy NVIDIA. Straight up, doesn't matter what anybody else has said. It says that if you haven't been buying NVIDIA for the last 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, let's look at this chart. This chart is very easy to read. Because once NVIDIA started to take off, guys, the only people that didn't know how to buy NVIDIA were just people who didn't understand price action and how money works. It's a very easy chart to read. Like once it started to go green, guys, I mean, for you guys to say, oh, it's over. Oh, it was over. You guys thought it was over in 2021. If I go back and I look at NVIDIA from when it first started, really? This is a month chart. This is from COVID. Like, that's just fortunes that you guys have missed out on. It's the law. Guys, back in 2020, NVIDIA was still one of the top tech companies on the planet. Top 10. But you know what you got caught up in? You got caught up in not wanting to buy Bitcoin. You got caught up in thinking that technology was over with. You got caught up in Elon thinking that Tesla and your opinions of electric cars was wrong, right? You got caught up in the political views of a lot of these different individuals. And what you didn't understand is that NVIDIA was in the middle of all of that. NVIDIA was the #1 chip being used in Bitcoin mining. So you didn't even have to believe in crypto, guys. All you had to know was that all of these jerks over here was still moving money to and from each other, and they were using mining to do it, and they were using NVIDIA chips. Even if you didn't believe in it, they still had to use it. But when you get caught up in your emotional view of something, you can't make money in this game. The market told you, AI, technology, NVIDIA. Point blank. There was no other company in 2020 other than maybe AMD that could pull this off. No brainer. Now you got everybody talking about AI and data centers. Most of you don't even have a GPT subscription yet. Most of you guys don't even have one yet. Some of you are just on one. Maybe you might have just started paying for ChatGPT. Your cheapos out there, you guys are using Claude. Listen, I got a Claude I got a Claude too. But some of you cheapos, I ain't paying for this. If they gonna spy on, I'm gonna pay, and I'm gonna pay them to spy on me. They spying on you anyway. They spying on you from satellites. They know what you're doing right now. From space. Like, where have you been, under a rock? Who do you think, guys, when you pull up all the greatest technology in America, in most of these countries right now, all you keep hearing is NVIDIA. You can't go nowhere and not hear NVIDIA. But you don't want to own it? What the heck is wrong with you? Psychologically. You got to give yourself a psychological test. I've been buying all of these penny stocks. I ain't made no money. Why didn't you buy NVIDIA? Because everybody was already in it. It's been making money for 10 years straight almost. Well, if this is the year it goes down. They about to build data centers and they're gonna put them in space. They're not in space yet. What are you guys doing? You're too busy listening to the wrong people. They're not even in space yet. Do y'all know what's gonna happen when they start putting data centers in space? Guess what? I got somebody in the comments already. Oh, it's gonna be a bubble. Who cares? Even if they put the data centers in space and they freeze up and they don't work, guess what? They still gotta spend the money to put it there. They still gotta build the data centers. They still gotta use SpaceX to launch it up there to fail. You guys are so into is it gonna work or not? Y'all don't know how to make money. Y'all be focused on the wrong thing. I don't care if data centers is the biggest bubble ever. Who cares? Y'all care. I don't. I just want to make a whole bunch of money off of it. And guess what? If it does work, you luck up and get a 4,000% return. It's a win-win situation. It's the most win-win situation I've seen since I started investing. I'm like, are you guys serious right now? You're putting how much money? Okay. You guys were right. The rich are about to get richer and the poor are going to be talking about how much it costs. You know how much energy it's going to take? Well, why you ain't buying energy companies? For every opposition, I'm like, well, why aren't you buying that? It's going to take too much energy to power all of these things. It's not going to work. Well, guess what? We're not going to know that it's not going to work until it's not going to work. They got to plug it up, and then it's got to blow up, and then they got to say, why did we spend all this money? By then, guys, we've made our fortunes. Like, what are y'all talking about? All I care about is y'all want to build that? Y'all want to put data centers in space? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but I'm going to make some money off of it. I sure is. Who making these ridiculous things? Bitcoin is just a scam. Who's gonna use Bitcoin in Kroger's and Publix's? I said, I don't care, but have you ever been in a crypto room? These fanatics is buying it. I don't care if Bitcoin works or not. It's not gonna change my life. Who cares? Y'all care. Y'all care, because you're judgmental. You're judgies. You want to be right all the time. Who cares? Do you want to make money or do you want to be right? Some of you guys, because of your insecurities, you want to be right. So your investment thesis is always about being right, being smart. I want to take the educated way. Because my friends over at Yale and Harvard, they will look up to me knowing that all I did was invest in the S&P 500, the Standard & Poor's 500. The best way to go. It only averages 10% a year. You think I want that? Yes, but this is what we do. Joel, I don't know why you're teaching people to buy individual stocks. You know they can't beat the S&P. Whatever, Jack. I got a 4,000% return. What you got? Don't challenge me. I have a Series 6 and 7 and 8 and a 9 license. It's people like you, Joel. It's people like me that would. Say it. It's people like me that would. All right, what time is it? 8:02. I did it. An hour. I gotcha. Gotcha for an hour. Now let's look at some stocks. I gotcha. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at these charts. Let's look at these charts. So NVIDIA, 2 candles. This is a month chart. That means if you had a trending indicator on your charts, for you guys that don't know what trending indicators are, you're going to learn today. There are 2 trending indicators that are out there. The 2 best trending indicators on the planet. Can you guys name them in the comment section? What are the 2 most common trending indicators in the game right now? And I don't mean, like the moving average, convergence, divergence, or the RSI. I'm literally talking about a indicator that you put on your charts and it color codes your charts so that you can see the trends. It keeps people who don't really know how to look for trends. It teaches you how to stay in it. It gives you the confidence to stay in a move, even though everybody on Wall Street is saying the opposite. Nope. Oh my God, Bollinger Bands are the absolute worst. Support and resistance, nope. VWAP, yeah, nope. I'm talking about a trending indicator. There you go. Somebody named one, the TTM trend. How come y'all, you technical people out there, how do you guys not know about, well, most of you guys don't know about the TTM trend. If you don't know about the TTM trend, that's fine. I'm not going to blast anybody. If you've been in this room, though, for like 7 or 8 months and you don't know what a trending indicator is, then I don't know what you listening in on. Because every single chart that you're going to see me use today has a trending indicator on it. So if you're on TradeView or if you're on Thinkorswim, you guys have access to the TTM trend. Now, when you first put the TTM trend on your chart, it's going to be blue. That's how you know that you're using it. So you have to change the color from blue to green. And what it does, guys, is it color codes your charts. So let's say I wanted to trade NVIDIA today on a 5-minute chart. Let's say I wanted to day trade. You see how my trending indicator shows me the trend where your indicators won't? You see how this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candle trend to the downside? Your charts are not going to show this because you don't have a trending indicator on it. All of those candles are red. But guess what? All of those candles are not down candles. All of those candles are not down candles. But the trending indicator said, Joel, even though this is an up candle right here, don't get caught up. That's a fake out. That's a fake out, Joel. Stay with the trend. The trend is your friend until it ends. And then once you were able to break the trend, then when you were able to break this trend back to the upside, and it started to go green and red and started to go green, then the trend started to change a little bit. But you see how on my charts, when you see the trends, they're like 20-minute trends. Like at least if this was going up in value, it told me to stay long until I couldn't stay long. So at least for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles here, you could have been long. But after about that 5th or 6th candle, if it's not going in your direction like this, then you probably want to get out. After about 3 or 4 candles, guys, if my trending indicator and I'm in it and it's not going in that direction, I usually will get out. I'm like, ooh, it's supposed to keep going in that direction. Stocks do not trend sideways for that long. For you guys that don't know this, stocks 80% of the time is trending up or down. Real statistic. Psychologically, I want you guys to think about this. 80% of the time, stocks are moving up at a 45-degree angle or down at a 45-degree angle. It's rarely going sideways. So stop using support and resistance lines. They don't work. I know I'm one of the first few people that's ever going to tell you this. I want you guys to start looking at the market and at an angle like this. Just turn your head like this. Either turn your head like this or turn your head like this. When it's going down, guys, this is a 45-degree angle. Use that trend lines as your support areas. Stop using horizontal support and resistance levels. They don't work, in my opinion. Because if the market is moving 80% of the time up or down, then why would I use a support and resistance line? It rarely hits them. It rarely hits them. So why are you guys using them? I'm gonna tell you why you guys are using them. Because these teachers out here that ain't really trading and investing in the market, that's the very first thing they're gonna start teaching you. Because that's fundamentally, we gotta teach you guys how to draw lines on your chart. When I teach guys, I teach support and resistance after I teach trend lines. I usually teach trend lines, then I teach Fibonacci retracement lines, then I'll teach support and resistance. And you're gonna learn how to use your moving averages as resistance areas. Watch. You guys see how this VWAP is angled down? The VWAP is this white line. Do you see this stock going to any horizontal lines? If you draw any horizontal lines anywhere on this chart, it's breaking all of them. It doesn't work. And then you're gonna get your charts looking all crowded and ridiculous. But what is working is this one little white line right here. All right. Watch and learn, guys. All right. Watch and learn. All right. I'm going to take off one thing so that you guys don't get mixed up. I'm going to take off another thing. All right. The white line for you day traders is what professionals are using. This is why the professionals are trading very, very easy. And you guys are struggling as traders. All right. NVIDIA dropped in price. This trend line or the VWAP was angled down at 9:30. Everybody and their mama knew to short NVIDIA from 9:30 to about 10:30 because the VWAP was angled down. All right. 9:30, we went below. You see that first red candle? We went below this line, and the VWAP act as a resistance area. Now, as it was angled down, you knew to be short. I came into the group chat earlier today and I said, all right, guys, on just about every stock that I'm looking at, everything is getting oversold. It's a Monday. We're probably going to start turning around 10:30. So what the market was probably doing is processing the information for the first hour, letting you newbies trade the market that don't know what you're doing. And then the professionals came in at 10:30. And I told everybody in the group chat right around 9:50, 10 o'clock, this was going to happen. I even said at 10:30, you're going to get a lot of buying. Didn't matter what stock you were in because it's hedge fund Mondays. This is just what they do. They never buy early in the market. If you see the market really, really running, they'll do it early in the morning. So everybody, all the professionals sat back and let the market digest everything. And then once it looks like everything was bottoming out, if you had drawn a trend line, you knew that the market, just about all of these stocks we were looking at, they all probably ran up to this white line, which is what we call the VWAP. If you don't believe me, let's look at your stock and see what it did in relation to that VWAP. Because look, you see everybody's reversing at it and buying it, and then it went back down in price. This is a no-brainer trade. Stay short. If you're long, trade to the VWAP, reverse at the VWAP. Let's look at all the top stocks and see if they did that. Let's look at Apple. Apple, same thing. Apple at 9:30. At 9:30, Apple did the opposite. Apple went up in price. And then when it came to the VWAP, a lot of people started buying it. At the 10:30 reversal, it formed what we call a double top, or it got crabs. Apple got crabs. This is the crab pattern. Everybody knows the crab pattern. I've been teaching it. You see the crab, you see the crab, you see the crab, and the crab is gonna form its legs. See the little crab there? See the little crab is running around? You get below the VWAP, you get a trend line break. This was a no-brainer short right here. No-brainer short right there. Right around 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock when the market runs again. Let's look at Microsoft. I'm just talking to my day traders that are out there. Microsoft, in relation to the VWAP, what is it doing? I know you guys are like, hold up. You mean to tell me, everything is trading in relation to its VWAP, and none of you guys are using it because none of you guys are actual professionals. Once you got below it, I mean, that was at the end of the day. It stayed above it the whole day. It told the traders where the best risk to reward areas were. Let's look at Google. Let's look at how Google act in relation to its VWAP. Hold up, Joel. You mean to tell me all of these stocks all reversed at their VWAP? Yup. And you don't even use it. And then when it dropped, where was it dropping to? Back to its, guess where, guys? VWAP. Why? Because that's the average price. That's the volume weighted average price. What haven't we looked at? Give me a stock. I don't care. That was Google. Somebody give me another stock. Somebody give me another stock. I don't care what it is. Tesla? Let's say you wanted to short Elon. What are you going to do? You're going to short it before we even look at Tesla. I don't know. As God as my witness, I do not know what Tesla did today. I ain't look at the chart. I don't know if it was up today. I don't know if it was down today. But before we even look at it, if the VWAP is angled up, guys, I'm trading to the upside. If it gets below that VWAP and the VWAP's angled down, I'm going to trade to the downside. Let's look and see what it does. Telling you before we even look at it what the play is. This is how you test a strategy. When people come in and they tell you they got the greatest strategy ever freaking created, oh, that's Google. And you can't pull up charts like this and immediately know how to trade it, then that trader probably don't really know how to trade. Uh-oh. Who is this calling me? Who the F is this calling me at 816? All right, this one is a little bit different. The VWAP was angled down till about 940. Then Tesla started to firm up. It went oversold. Hold up, let me show it to you. For you guys that don't remember, the only time that I counter trend, and everybody knows this, the only time I will counter trend anything is if it has an RSI that's oversold. Anytime it has an oversold RSI, I will make a play to the upside. So what is an RSI? Well, RSI should have been the very first thing you learned in your little stock market class. If you never heard of what an RSI is and you paid more than $100 for a class, you need to get your money back. It's literally the oldest indicator like ever. RSI goes off. It breaks that trend. You guys can take a shot to the VWAP. If it breaks above the VWAP, so usually when I'm trading something like this, guys, I'm trading it to the VWAP, and then if it gets there, that's money, because it's probably coming back to it. See that? We went up and then we came right back to the VWAP. Why? Because this is the volume weighted average price. But what color do you guys start seeing? Red. Red. So once we broke below that VWAP, oh, it's a wrap. I'm shorting that. I'm shorting that all day. Look at this. And these guys said, all right, I'm getting in too. I'm getting in too, Joe. We all know where to get in. Y'all don't. What else? What else? I don't care. Amazon? Arwen wants to look at Amazon. Y'all think you think it didn't work on Amazon too? In fact, let's not look at a tech stock. Let's look at something else. Oh my God, Joel, everybody knew to buy it at the VWAP. How come I didn't? Because you're too busy using Bollinger Bands. The worst indicator ever created. Sorry for those that got into it. Sorry for those whose teachers bamboozled you into learning how to use literally the worst indicator ever created in history. In history. In history, guys. And here's the argument I make with Bollinger Band people. You realize all you had to do was look at our relative strength index and just added a trend line. And anytime I do that, it breaks any Bollinger Band's teachers' hearts. Because this cat's out here making y'all pay $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to take a Bollinger Band class on something that you could have easily just said, all I got to do is look for oversold or overbought conditions, draw a trend line, and if it breaks it, I can short or I can go long. What I need a Bollinger Band for? It's because you guys are insecure about buying and selling. And look, if I offend you or if you feel some type of way, after this, look at yourself and say, you know what? Am I actually scared of the market? You are. You're so afraid of the market, you need something to tell you when it's oversold or overbought visually, even though it doesn't work. Now, I'm going to tell you guys why they don't work. I'm not opposed to Bollinger Bands because I'm hating on other people that's made a lot of money doing it. I'm hating on Bollinger Bands, guys, because if you are a scientist, if you are science-minded, and you scientifically break down your strategy as well as anybody else's strategy, I want to be able to pull up something just like this on any live. Y'all give me any time frame, any stock, any time frame, and I'm going to trade it the same exact way every time. Like, there is no difference. The BTG method is the exact same, whether I'm using a tick, a 1 minute, a 1 hour, a 2 hour, 4 hour, day, month, year, don't matter. Okay, because I'm using price action. The reason why I've studied every indicator from A to Z. Now, there's new indicators that have come around in the last 5 or 6 years that I just didn't study. All right, like the FW Mobo that I use, it wasn't around 5 or 6 years ago. Now I use it today. Okay, the Ichimoku was around, but I wasn't really using it that much, right? So I've studied everything. I've studied Bollinger Bands. I've studied pivot points. I've studied Keltner channels. I've studied, I'm talking about the band type trading, the people that love trading inside of an intestine. You know, you guys that like to be inside a small intestine and a large intestine when you're trading. What you're doing is you're stopping anybody that's trading like that, guys. You're literally limiting yourself on how much money you can make. And I know you're looking for oversold and overbought conditions, but the bands don't stop anything, and the bands change. I want everybody who uses Bollinger Bands, I want you guys to look at a stock that you're trading today, and I want you guys to see it against that Bollinger Band, and I want you to write that number down, whatever value that is. I want you to check that value 2 weeks later. You're gonna be surprised what you get. The band is gonna be in a different place 2 weeks from now. It's one of the few indicators I've ever used where it changes depending on what's happening in the market. So you could have a strategy based off of investing because of where it hits a Bollinger Band, but the value that you see today ain't gonna be the same value 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now. So I have to disregard anything that's gonna change, because unless you can go on demand and check and see where it was, which I'm not willing to do, I just say, why am I using it in the first place? They suck. When have they ever worked? When has it ever worked? What, once every 3 years? Get out of here. I can use the volatility index for that. I can use the VIX. So yes, I'm trying to make you guys more money by stop using some of these things that are terrible that you guys are using, in my opinion. And they're terrible. I used everything that you guys have used. And I picked apart the pros and the cons of everything. And that's the conclusion that I came to. It is arguably the worst indicator I've ever seen in history. All right? Now, I know I made a bunch of Bollinger Band people mad, but so what? I want to make you money. What, you mad because of the truth? You just don't know how to use them. I know how to use them. But when I use it, which we're going to put one on right now. We're going to put one on right now. Let's say I was looking at a day chart. Let's say I was looking at a day chart, guys. Watch this. You got your RSI, your MACD at the bottom of the page. Watch this. Somebody give me a stock, any stock. Somebody give me a stock, any stock whatsoever. Any stock, just the first stock I see at the bottom of the page. Somebody give me a stock. So the bowel, not, whoa, y'all gave me a lot. What was I said the first one, right? So the very first one, is that Intel? Is Intel, or is that a real stock? INTL? We're gonna go with Intel. Now watch this, guys. Watch your Bollinger Band people watchers. Watch this. Now watch and learn. I don't even know what Intel did with these Bollinger Bands. Now watch this. Now watch and learn. All the areas that you guys swear are the areas that you need to buy or sell. Watch what happens. I'm gonna add a Bollinger Band by hand. So I'm gonna add a study. I'm gonna go to upper studies, Bollinger Bands. I'm gonna create a Bollinger Band right now. I'm gonna make the top one. I'm gonna make the top band. Hold on, I'm gonna make the top band a 5. No, I'm gonna make the the midline. I'm gonna make white. The lower band I'm gonna make white. Upper band I'm gonna make white. Now watch this. Now watch and learn, people. Cause y'all swear faux cheese is the best thing ever created. And I'm like, it's the worst thing ever traded. Worst thing in history. Now watch this, guys. Now watch and learn. Watch and learn. All right? Cause the premise, there's a lot of things that they say about this thing, right? They'll say something like, oh, when it deviates this high above it, you're supposed to short it. Okay, I get that. I get it. What, you shorted it for a day? Like, why are you like, I don't understand. You're spending so much time looking for a move of you're looking for a 2-day move when it went up look at how many days it went up in value. Look at, it hits the band more than it reverses. It went down for 2 days, and they'll be like, see, Joe, that's what I'm talking about right there. But then it hits the band, and then it hits it again the next day. Then it hits it again on day 3, then day 4, then day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what, it starts to go, like when are you using it? Right here on that gap up? So then I'm like, all right, let's look at the next time. Some of you guys are like, well, you can buy it when it hits the 20 or the middle line. I'm like, what? I don't need a Bollinger Band for that. I can just pull up the 20-day moving average. Like, what do I need a Bollinger Band for this blue line? No. Actually, no. Wait a second. I said that the blue line, that's the 200-day. My bad, that's the 200-day moving average. What happened to the midline? Hold on, my midline is supposed to show. It ain't showing? Maybe it's within the 200-day. I don't know why the midline's not showing. I have show plot, but it's not there. Okay? The middle line, guys, is the 200-day moving average. It must be the same midline as the Bollinger Band. Oh, no. Wait. It is that blue line. Hold on. My bad. I must have made it the same color. Nah, this says white. Oh, no, it doesn't. It says blue. That's the mistake. I cleared it up. There we go. I cleared it up, people. I cleared it up. All right, you got your midline. You got your Bollinger Bands, right? So when am I supposed to use it? Am I supposed to short it when it hits it? That didn't work. So then I hear, well, you're supposed to buy it when it hits the 20-day. Okay, I mean, I don't need a Bollinger Band to buy it at this level, right? And then it hits it again, 1, 2, 3, and I guess it reverses right here, right? 1, 2, 3, it reversed after going through it for 4 days. Now, I've told you, Bollinger Band people, if you want to actually use it, why don't you just throw a trend line on that bad boy? And if it goes above it and it breaks it, then you can short. But then I'm like, why do you even need a Bollinger Band in the first place for that? So then the argument is, oh, you need to use it because I need to know that it's oversold or overbought. And I'm like, you don't need a Bollinger Band to tell you that. You can use the RSI. The RSI told you that it was overbought. So then I'm like, okay, I get it. So then they want to use it to the downside. So, all right, it hits the downside. It's wrong for 6 days in a row. I'm like, all right, so when is it supposed to work? Is it supposed to work here? Is it supposed to work here? Or maybe it's supposed to work here. Or maybe it's supposed to work here. No, I just do it when it's like 3 candles through it. And I'm like, you realize that the Bollinger Bands change like week to week. So what you see today ain't gonna be next week when you see it, it might have 3 candles below. Guys, this move here, we don't know how this looked because it changes every 2 weeks. Not every 2 weeks it changes. It changed like 2 weeks later. If the market shoots down real hard, it's gonna make it look like it was overextended to the upside. I'm telling you guys this. That's why I said, if you're using it, write it down and then come back 2 weeks from now and tell me what you see. You're gonna be like, Joel, you are the first person on TikTok to ever tell me this. I'm like, yeah, because that's what I do. I break down strategies. And I break down what works and what's trash. And this is trash. So then I'm like, when is it gonna work? 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles, 4 candles, 5 candles, 6 candles. After a whole week, it finally goes up in value. I'm like, why did you need a Bollinger Band to tell you that it's going? Guys, all you gotta do is throw a trend line on it. Like, you're gonna sit there in pain for 6 candles because it touched the lower Bollinger Band? When all you had to do was throw a trend line on it, and when it broke the trend line, you could have just easily bought it right here using the What Would Joel Do method. Then it hit it here. I bet you guys are like, there it goes, Joel. There's the reverse. We don't know if that's the reverse. And all you had to do was throw a trend line on that mug. What you need a Bollinger Band in there, guys, to know that the trend changed? I need to know that it's overbought. Well, then why aren't you using the oldest indicator on the planet to tell you that, the relative strength index? I never learned the relative strength index. So you mean to tell me you in a class where you supposedly learning these advanced technicals on stuff like Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels, and they ain't taught you the fundamental way of seeing something oversold or overbought? Nope. You need to get your money back. All you had to do was throw a trend line on it. Look, I lost about 20 Bollinger Band people. I can't stand to hear this. My wife has been telling me for weeks this strategy sucks. Then it hit the middle line. It cut straight through it like it was butter. Then it went down. Look, then it went down and went up to the, like, when does it work? It didn't even do nothing here. It's just inside of an intestine just floating around. Just stock just floating around in the intestine. And you guys swear this is the best thing ever created. I'll be like, well, you know what? Show me your P&L. I want to see your profit and loss margins. Please let me see them. Because when did it work right here? I don't see it working at all right here. When does it work? I see it touching the Bollinger Band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for 15 days? For 15 days. Yeah, Joel, and then it finally reversed. You see, it hit the Bollinger Band and it went down to the bottom, the middle band. And I'll be like, if this ain't the dumbest strategy I've ever seen, you mean to tell me you gonna sit in something this long? I got to know that you gonna sit in something for 15 days because it's touching the band. And you're like, it's gonna reverse, it's gonna reverse. There we go. I'm sorry to tell you this. That is the dumbest strategy I've ever heard. It is dumb. You mean to tell me you don't know how to do this? Hold on. You don't know how to see this and say, ooh, overbought. And then watch this, guys. Watch this. You see where you get in at short? You're gonna get in short here. And you're gonna be wrong for 14 days in a row. And Joel is just gonna throw a trend line on that bad boy. Look, Joel's gonna throw a trend line on it. And all while you're losing money, I'm gonna laugh. And when it breaks that trend, it didn't even give me a chance to get in, to be honest. I would have been short if we broke the trend like right here. But it didn't happen. It fell so fast, it didn't even give me a chance to get in. Then it went right back up. Then it went right back down. It hit the midline. The dumbest, the most ridiculous, the most crazy. Look at this, guys. Do you see this? When did it work? Look at, do you see? No, Joel, when it hits the Bollinger Band, it's telling you, and they always change up the strategy when you catch them in a terrible strategy. See, when they first started teaching you, when they first started telling you the strategy, it's supposed to reverse off the bands, right? But then when you call them out and you show them how terrible the stock is, they're like, oh, no. When it touches it, you got to know when the intestines is expanding. Oh, it's expanding. In fact, I'm going to buy it when it touches the Bollinger. So hold up. So now you're going long when it touches the Bollinger Bands? Which one is it? Are you reversing there or are you buying? Or are you just FOS? More than likely, guys, they're just full of crap. They never had a strategy in the first place. Anybody teaching this crap should be fired. The SEC should be like, what are you doing? In fact, I want to call, I've been seeing them show the bans like on TV. And I'm like, yo, why are you showing people the worst? And maybe they don't know. Maybe I need to tell these professionals, like, you realize the value that you see today ain't the same value 2 weeks later. I'm spending a lot of time here, guys, because I'm starting to see where teachers and educators and people, this is what we call education season. Education season always starts in September. In September, you're going to see 1 billion people come out the woodworks, and they're all of a sudden about to be gurus. There are people that are already coming from InvestFest, where they're talking about different classes that they were going to take that were centered around Bollinger Band trading. And I'm already like, oh Lord, here we go. And there's only a few indicators that I've seen where I will be like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, because I can pull it up at any time and blast the strategy. They will never have me on their panel, ever, because you're not going to be able to do like what you guys are doing. The beautiful thing about this room is that you can pull up any stock anytime with me. It can be stocks, options, futures, cryptocurrency. In fact, let's pull up Bitcoin. Let's pull up something totally different. In fact, instead of Intel, I'm going to pull up Eli Lilly, which is totally different from Intel. And then I'm going to pull up something like Bitcoin. And then if we want, we can pull up some Forex. This is very important. Because if I was to pull up, what did I say? Lilly? Eli Lilly? This is healthcare. Healthcare, same thing. What do you guys notice? Ain't working. When does it work? When does it work, guys? When does it work? Oh, there it is. Would it work right here? See, Joel, it worked from July 6th to July 8th, 3rd. You know, all you had to do was put a trend line. Like, all you had to do was learn how to draw a single line. What the heck I need a Bollinger Band to tell me it's high? That's what the RSI is for. The RSI is more reputable. The RSI told you it was oversold or overbought. It's overbought, throw a trend line, it breaks the trend line, there you go. I could take all of this intestinal stuff off my page. You want to trade inside somebody's belly. They don't work. They never have. We're sitting at a Bollinger Band right now. Y'all think Lilly? You think this is it? Now here's the thing: if you hit it and you throw a trend line on it, if you're shorting Lilly right now, I didn't need a Bollinger Band for that, guys. I didn't. They just throw a trend line on it. And to be honest, I don't even think this is gonna take. I think we continue to hit new highs, to be honest. But if I was to go back and look at history to see if I could have used it and I could have really made a whole bunch of money, it sure does look like I would have lost a bunch of money. Okay. Now, you got your 200-day moving average angled up. A lot of the times, guys, you guys are making money and don't realize you're making money for that reason, not for the band. You're not making money, guys, in Eli Lilly because it hit his Bollinger Band down here. That's not why you made money. You made money because the 200-day moving average was angled up, which increases your luck. And if you knew how to draw a trend line, you would have noticed this trend line was broken. I didn't need a Bollinger Band for that. The trend went down. It hit the 200-day moving average. It broke the trend. Now the move is to the upside. Y'all see that? I didn't need a band for that. And if I had bands on it, when it got to this band at the top, you know what I would have done? I would have sold. I wouldn't have known that the move was gonna keep going up. Because sometimes you guys are making money for the wrong reasons with your indicators, thinking that's the reason why it turned. Money managers, pension fund managers, guys, when they come to me, ain't nobody asking about no silly band. There's nobody that's like, well, we're touching the Bollinger Band, guys. I think it's time to buy our stock. No, they're like, they're like, oh, we're going to look at Bitcoin. They're like, yo, we're sitting at a major moving average. The relative strength index is oversold. Look at this. Look at this move here. You would have been straight wrong if you bought Bitcoin at one of these bands. No, Joel, that means it's expanding. Well, if it's expanding, throw a trend line on that mug. Look at this. All you had to do is throw a trend line on that mug. Wait until it's oversold. I don't need a band to tell me this is oversold. You thought it turned around because it touched your little band, huh? No, it turned around because professionals were like, it's oversold, it broke its trend, it's starting to go up. I don't need a band to tell me this. I make fun of them guys because they lose y'all so much money. So much. And you're scared. You're scared. You're scared. Stop using them. You're scared. I need something to tell me it's oversold and overbought. Well, then use the relative strength index. And even if you're using the relative strength index, guys, it's running to the 200-day moving average. Did nobody care about this Bollinger Band on Bitcoin? It ran up for 7 days like the band wasn't there. You know why, guys? Because in their world, the band wasn't there. It's only there in y'all's little world. They ain't looking at this saying, Bitcoin's hitting the Bollinger Band, guys. It's time to reverse. Nobody cares about the Bollinger Band. That hit this mug like it wasn't even there. For you guys that don't know it, it's that white line, not the blue. It raced to the 200-day moving average. All right, I'm trying to school y'all. Take it off your charts. All it's doing is you're training yourself to be scared. Scared money don't make money. You're training yourself to be scared. Even when things go overbought and oversold, guys, I don't just reverse. When I see an overbought condition, I don't just say, oops, it's overbought. It's about to reverse. You don't know how long it can go overbought. It can go overbought for 4 months. But if you just threw just a simple little trend line on there, just a simple little line, guys, do a little work. If it breaks that trend with some volume, now you're trading like professionals. See the difference? Break the trend, high volume. It's hitting the Bollinger Band. We're shorting. It's hitting the Bollinger Band. We're shorting. Dumbest strategy I've ever heard. Doesn't work. All right. You can get angry. You can get mad. Doesn't work. We ain't pull up a stock yet where we could have made consistent money because they don't work. Stop using them. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to make money. Money with a T. All right. All right, what I'm going to do is it's 8:45. I'm going to look at you guys' stocks. I'm going to shut up about Bollinger Bands. Hopefully you guys got the memo. that they suck. And if you use them, you suck too. Stop using them. They don't work. And it's gonna take a lot of you guys to you guys are gonna have to go to Bollinger Bands Anonymous, BBA. And it's gonna take a minute for you guys to part with them. It's gonna take probably about 3 to 6 months. And it's gonna be hard because you're gonna be scared. You're gonna have to go out in the real world. You're gonna have to go out on real charts, guys, that don't have you sitting inside an intestine. You remember babies, to make babies feel comfortable when they're born. What do? They bound them in the little, the blankets, and they bind their feet and they bind their legs so that they can feel like they're in the womb. That's what you guys are doing. You're trying to feel like you're bound and you're safe within your little baby womb of your mother's bosom. You guys got to grow up. All right? All right? It's called a swaddle? That's what it's called? Thank you for educating me. I ain't too good with the English language. But I do know that Bollinger Bands suck. What else did I say I was going to look at? That was Bitcoin, Eli Lilly. We're done with these, all right? I'll look at a couple if you guys ask, just for jokes. We haven't talked about them in a while, but y'all know I get triggered. I get triggered when I hear anybody talk about them. And I saw it in the comment section, and I was like, oh, heck nah. I got triggered. Everybody got those little things that triggered them. I get triggered by terrible traders and terrible indicators. I get triggered fast. And scam artists. All right, I'm going to turn the music up. I want to give a shout out to G7, the one and only Alfred, C. Spooner, and Nick J. Doug, Krista, Franco Laguerre, Darren Morris, Rich Mix, Ducky. Thank you guys for the support, those taps. Those that have been, I got 18 hearts today. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate the hand hearts. I didn't expect to see 18. Thank you, G7, the one and only, J Rock, Safari Don, C Spooner, Arwin K, Yorkie, Alfred, and Nick J, if you guys are still here. They're like, Joel's on his Bollinger Band rant, and I'm out of here. I'll come back at 8:30. He's still talking about Bollinger Bands? Boy, that dude know he can rant. He got all that energy. All right, guys, I'm going to look at your stocks. I'm going to look at them for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to turn the music up. I'm going to try to look at as many stocks as I possibly can in 10 minutes. I do have to go at 9 o'clock, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Hey, baby, don't say something that you will regret. I'm on your team. It's us against them, you see. Hey, we ain't gonna stop. They just want what we got. More they talk about it, more they make it obvious, more they seem so envious. Hey, they talk about it, they don't know one thing about us. They just run in their mouths. All we do is do the math. I swear they got some nerve, spreading what they heard. I can't give them no word. I can't be concerned with all that talk. I won't be involved. That's my word. See, I'm not the one. They got me confused. They got me messed up. Don't you think I've had enough? When it comes to what we do, all that matters is us two. Don't pay them no mind. We just gon' show and prove. All they talk about it, hey,
How you listen to a girl that still want a man? Tell me the truth, is that a man or Juana, man? I'm wondering why she ready to go like Wanda then. When we met, you was a V like Madonna, man. Now you in the field running plays like Donovan. Big Nab, before you get in the cab, I traded my cash just to take it back to last summer, man. You don't remember when you was my sweetest? You don't remember I call you Reese's Pieces? Cause there's no wrong way to do, you know what? She turned around, giggled, said you so nuts. But nowadays we acting way too grown up. Like how your ex-girl get that new number. The rumors was so numerous. For sticking by me, I had to give you 2 thumbs up. And that's why
The more they talk about us, the more they make it obvious, the more they seem so envious. How can they talk about us? They don't know one thing about us. They just run in the mess. All we do is do the math.
Appreciate that.
to time.
Nah, baby, nah, baby, nah, baby. No, no, no. Nah, baby, take your love away from me. I'll go crazy. No, I'll go insane. Nah, baby, nah, baby, nah, baby.
If y'all ever see this video, one of my really good friends that was a Power Ranger, he was the Red Power Ranger for years. He went to Howard University. He's in this video also. His name's Selwyn Ward, one of my very good friends.
You've got your problems, baby, and I've got mine. Let's just spend it all by putting.
He might be in this room right now.
You say you love me, it don't mean nothing. If you can
Selwyn, if you are, man, I ain't mean to put you on blast.
to me, yeah.
I'm searching for the words to make you realize that I really, really want you to stay. Oh, tears of frustration I hold inside, but if you walk away, you make this grown man cry. Don't leave me, girl. No, no, please stay with me tonight. Don't leave me, girl. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Forget my pride, girl. I'm begging you. You're my heart, you're my soul. You got so much control.
My love runs deeper than the ocean and sea. But if you sail away, you take the centerpiece of me. Don't leave, no, no, no. Don't leave me, girl.
No.
Please stay with me tonight. Oh, please don't leave me, girl. Yeah, please stay with me No, 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 don't leave. Don't leave me, girl. No, 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 please stay with me tonight. Don't leave me, girl. You can't leave me. Stay with me too. Ooh, yeah. Come on and stay with me. Don't leave. I love you. Yes, I do. I need you. Don't wanna live without you. No, no, if you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy, crazy, crazy. Take your love away from me, I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy. Take your love. If you take your love away, I'll go crazy, crazy, crazy.
Forever. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go. Peace out. Peace out.